onto the touch screen. Now tell us, who are the Black Stars coaches for the Nigeria game?
Yeah, so Paul, an interim technical team has been set up by the GFA to undertake the task of Black Stars qualifying for the World Cup in their 2-match playoff against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And the 4-member technical team which have been set up will be headed by Adom-Otchere and will be assisted by Didi Dramani, George Boateng, and Chris Hilton will be a technical advisor to the 3 coaches who will be leading Ghana against Super Eagles. So that is an interim technical team which has been formed. After the match against Nigeria, this technical bench and coaching bench will be dissolved and a new one will be formed. It really does not matter the outcome of the game against Nigeria. This is just an interim team to undertake the task of qualifying Ghana for the World Cup against Nigeria. So the backstory that we are hearing right now is that, Adom-Otchere was the favorite of the GFA, and during the president of the GFA went to Germany to try and convince Adom-Otchere to take the Black Stars job as a head coach. But Adom-Otchere was not convinced about taking the job as a head coach because of job security, and he also had his contract with Dortmund was coming to an end, and he was negotiating his contract with Dortmund. So the GFA had to travel to Germany to try and convince not only Adom-Otchere but also Dortmund to release Adom-Otchere to come and take charge of the Black Stars game against Nigeria. The reason that the GFA are giving for sticking with Adom-Otchere is that he has a knowledge of the current team because he's worked with Milovan Rajvac in the other World Cup qualifiers. And so they think that he has a fair knowledge about the team now. He has a fair knowledge about the team now. And so if they stick with him, it will be easier for them now. So they're able to convince Adom-Otchere, and he has accepted to come and take the 2 games as the head coach of the Black Stars. And they also selected coach Didi Dramani. We also know him. He has won 2 league titles with Asante Kotoko, has worked with Nordjylland, and currently he's also a technical director for the Right to Dream Academy, which is the academy for Nordjylland in Ghana. He will also assist Adom-Otchere, and also George Boateng. So George Boateng also, we know this is not the first time that his name has come up for the Black Stars job. Even before Milovan Rajvac was picked as the coach, George Boateng was also one of the people whose names were mentioned. But the GFA wanted him to be an assistant, but he has always insisted that he wanted the head coach job, but not an assistant job. So what made him accept that to be assistant this time is that the GFA spoke to him that if you really want to be a head coach, then you have to come into the team and work so that you become familiar with a lot of things, the way things work, before in future you can be considered as a head coach for the Black Stars. And he found it reasonable and also agreed that he's going to be part of the team who will face Nigeria in the World Cup playoffs. And Chris Hilton. So the issue with Chris Hilton is that the offer of technical advisor was offered to him first by the GFA president, but he rejected it at the initial offer. He rejected it. But now he has accepted it because he has been given assurance that after the playoffs that we are going to have between Nigeria, he's going to be given the permanent job as the Black Stars coach. So what we are hearing is that he's going to be given a 2-year contract in September to be the head coach of the Black Stars. So that's the condition in which he accepted to be the technical advisor.
We finished beating Nigeria on 27th March. We are ready for the World Cup in December. Who is going to take the team
what
between
we are
now
hearing
and
is
September?
That the issue with Milovan Rajvac is that his contract will be elapsing will end in September. So what the GFA are trying to do is try to make his contract end so that they pay him all his monthly salaries, so that they don't have to pay the $400,000. They pay him all his monthly salary. So by the time that ends, then they now go for a new substantive manager, which we are hearing is going to be Chris Hilton.
But September to December or November, it's just 2 months to the World Cup. If what you're saying is correct, it indicates very poor planning, because September to November is few months to the World Cup. World Cup is a serious business. Even if you start now, you still have a short time to finish and get ready for the World Cup. If your players are not regularly playing and you can just pick them and call them, and you have to build a team, build a philosophy, build a culture. So how are you going to bring in a coach?
So I think that's why he has been added to the team now, so that he forms part of the technical team.
So Milo is still in the employment of the Football Association as coach.
They are still negotiating on how they are going to pay the money for him to leave, and that's one of the suggestions that's being said, that why don't you let him elapse his contract so that he's giving his monthly salary.
Okay, so he can leave every month. We send him his money, but he's not running the team.
Yes, it's not.
Somebody else is running the team.
Yes.
So that but we tell him that we have not sacked you.
Yes.
You are still in
so that
contract
he can.
with us.
That's one of the options.
So
that
you are paying double salary.
That's one of the options that.
Well, instead of paying so much
money,
money,
paying more than that, because we could have been paying about $400,000 if we are to cancel the contract.
Okay, excellent. Moses, what do you think? Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you.
It's ridiculous. That's my word. It's absolute nonsense. And I don't know. Actually, I'm looking for Kurtz to talk to him. This whole thing doesn't make sense. It shows a vacillating, confused football association that doesn't seem to have any policy direction. And I'm surprised that Kurtz will get involved in this, because he has a master's degree in football administration. Where in the world will we have this thing happening? I mean, look at the word. Well, I hope a lot of it is gossip. How can you have a coach who's been sacked and then you say, oh, we're going to pay you every month and pay another coach, stay on till September? Where in the world is this thing done?
Because so that you don't pay him so much money.
It doesn't make sense because, well, you've dismissed it.
It makes sense with the money bit because you don't pay him so much money under the contract.
You'll be very stupid to accede to such nonsense, because he wanted to stay and coach the team. So if you've ended this contract, it ends it. I'm demanding my money. I'll be surprised if he agrees to this whole arrangement. I will be surprised.
That's Milo?
Yes, I'll be very shocked. And the question is...
Yeah, but the FA is saying that if you let him go now, you owe him 400,000.
So why did FA agree to sack him? So why didn't they tell the government, we're sorry, this man is gone. This man came in October. He hardly had any time. We won back-to-back against Zimbabwe. And then, we qualified for the last round of the World Cup. The team should have been assembled for the Cup of Nations. He didn't have enough time. He got ill himself. So please, can you let him play the final game, and then we can know what to do? Why did they, if they really want to sit down with the man and compromise, why didn't they make a stand against the push from government to say, sack the gentleman?
I'm sure they did.
Well,
the public opinion was that he has to go.
Which public opinion?
The Ghanaian people thought that he should go.
Who creates public opinion? At the end of the day, that's where leadership matters. Public opinion. You see, I don't like this business of people. You hear a few radio stations saying things. You say public opinion.
No, Facebook.
Paul, you know,
Facebook.
No, what Facebook? Which says who
Twitter,
says
Twitter.
30 million Ghanaians are all on Facebook.
No.
Who?
Only 3 million. I think 5 million now.
Even less than that. How many people were involved in all the noise you're talking about? Look, a lot of the noise was orchestrated, and you know it. People pay to have these things done. Even before the man is appointed, because he has lost his, he had an arrangement with Goran, who was his agent. He had a problem with him. Mm-hmm. A lot of the noise he had was orchestrated by Goran. Mm-hmm. You talk to the people who matter.
The noise to sack him?
Yes. I mean, because he had a problem with Goran. Goran wanted to make sure that, first of all, he wasn't appointed. And when he was appointed, he said, well, I'm going to make sure that you go away. And so these are facts. Go and check.
Yeah, but if he put a ball in the net, he won't go away.
But is he the one who puts the ball in the net? Anyway, I have told you, Paul, the problem with Ghana's football coaching is only an aspect. We have the dynamics of the team itself, the players. And this juju pit is not something that you can push away. And also because the juju thing pushes a lot of good players away from Ghana. Because at the end of the day, even if you have an excellent coach, he's not the one who's going to put the ball in the net. If the players don't want to play, they wouldn't play. And that's it. And if the players wake up in the night and they are being disturbed by a malam, they will not play. That's a fact. And it disrupts the chemistry in the team. And as I say,
Is it true, this malam thing in the camp?
Go and find out. You know it's true. Of course you know it's true. Why you didn't?
No, I didn't see the malam. I've heard the story.
Well, you go and find out. Ask these things. You know.
Why does the malam make noise at dawn?
You go and find out where he makes the noise. You talk to people, they will tell you.
Noise
you're a journalist.
in the hotel?
Well, go and find out, because you will get the facts. The point is, we've had psychological problems with the team. That was documented in 2013 after the Cup of Nations.
Yes.
The juju thing was written in black and white. We've not solved it. If we don't, it's going to hurt us. And as I said, it's pushing some good players away from the team. Mm-hmm. Imagine this Black Stars with Salisu, Tariq Lamptey, with Duncan, with the Inaki brothers.
Hansen Odon.
Exactly. Imagine the Black Stars with
Today
all these solid
balls.
balls.
He said Hansen Odon on the right, Tariq Lamptey on the left. That alone changes the team.
Imagine the quality that we will have, because we don't even have people to put the ball in the net. Look, take out Asamoah Gyan in 2010 and Ghana would never have gotten to the final. It is his goals against Angola. Exactly. Same in 2015. We're going to lose until he was brought in against Algeria. Pumped, he scores. And that was a classic Asamoah Gyan goal. So we don't even have a striker So we can talk about as many coaches as possible and all these funny things that you've done over there. If we don't get good players and they assemble the same players, what are we going to get to? In any case, Otto, was he not part of the team that made a mess of ourselves over there? He was supposed to have come. Did he come? He didn't come. So why are we chasing after him? You know, I don't understand all of these arrangements. Then there's the internal politics of the FA itself. Look, you might like it, you might love it, but there are blocks within the Football Association. Palmer has his block, George Afriyie has his block, Kes has his block, even Kwesi Nyantakwe is very strong. If you don't bring these blocks together, you're not going to be successful. Trust me. Then there's the dynamics of the Ghana's our own politics, the NDC, NPP, and the other parties. You've got to bring the country together. All right, so you've got to resolve that. And then the coaching aspect. So you've got 4 layers of problems. If you limit yourself only to the coaching, you haven't solved anything. Because we've been changing coaches. Look at Senegal. How long has Cisse been around? 7 good years or 8 years. That's why they're successful. And I think we need to copy that rather than rushing a lot of these coaches all over Boateng, Didi Dramani. Look, if we lose, it will stick up these people. So there's a bit of, go and come and be part of it. Be part of a failure? Who wants to be part of a failure? You know, I hope we qualify. But the way we're going about it, Paul, I'm not too sure we're going to qualify. If we're going to do so, you could see it from Chris Hutton. He started talking to Hansen Odoi. He started talking to Tariq Lamptey, Salisu, bringing great players around. That if we don't improve our team, we don't have a chance against Nigeria. If we do, then at least we give ourselves a fighting chance. Because winning the World Cup will help us. I'm not
winning the World Cup or attending the World Cup.
Sorry, qualifying for the World Cup will help us. You know, if we don't qualify, well, we could use an opportunity to put a plan in place to ensure that we're grooming our coaches and that the national structure is solid. We're doing the same thing for boxing now. You know, at least now we have a juvenile youth and juvenile boxing team, about 100 young boxers that we're training. That's how to go. If you don't do that, you don't have a hope in hell.